Egypt has officially become a new member of the New Development Bank, (NDB), created by BRICS member states, Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, after completing the necessary procedures, according to an update on the composition of the bank posted on the website of the financial institution on Wednesday. Egypt was officially given status as a member on February 20, 2023, though a respective notification only appeared on March 22, according to the update. The NDB Board of Governors authorized the bank to hold official talks with new potential member states in late 2020. After successful talks, the NBD approved Egypt's accession in December 2021, while in September 2021 a similar decision was made regarding the United Arab Emirates, UAE, Uruguay and Bangladesh, with the exception of Uruguay. They all became members of the bank after jumping through the necessary hoops. The New Development Bank was set up by BRICS nations on the basis of the Intergovernmental Agreement, signed at the 6th BRICS Summit in Fortaleza in July 2014. The bank's goal is to finance infrastructure projects and sustainable development projects in BRICS member states and developing countries. The bank previously received N+ international credit rating from Fitch Ratings and S&P Global Ratings, allowing it to effectively attract long-term funding on international and local capital markets. Since its founding, the bank has approved more than 90 projects totaling $32 billion in support of such areas as transportation, water, clean energy, digital and social infrastructure, as well as urban construction. Brazil would like to see Argentina join BRICS, FM says. Brazil's Foreign Minister Mauro Vieira told the website Metropoles that his country would like to have Argentina join the BRICS group, but insisted that for such a move to happen it would depend on the consensus from the other bloc members. Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The enlargement of the BRICS has been talked about, especially in the press. Before moving or not to the enlargement phase, we will have to go through a consensual discussion among the 5 countries that make up the group, Vieira said. We have to see what the position of each one is. If this were to go ahead, with the expansion position, Brazil would have candidates to support. But, as I said, there has to be a joint decision, he added. Vieira served as Brazilian ambassador to Buenos Aires between 2004 and 2010. Asked if Iran also joining BRICS would be on Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva's upcoming meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping, Vieira insisted that above all it will be about Argentina, which he defined as an important country, a great partner of Brazil, and a strategic neighbor. It has already been said, on more than one occasion, that Argentina would be the candidate defended by Brazil in an eventual enlargement of the BRICS, added Vieira, who also pointed out that the meeting between Lula and Xi will be mainly of a bilateral nature. Hence, Argentina's joining would have to be addressed at the next BRICS summit because this issue does not fit now. The US dollar is the dominant currency in the global financial and monetary system and affects various aspects of global affairs. However, more and more countries seem to be pushing the idea of de-dollarization due to the loss of confidence in the US currency as a safe haven. One of the main causes of that is US monetary tightening, which is playing havoc with the world's economies, as the dollar is the main global currency. This has reignited a desire to end the dollar's dominance in the world economy. So how do BRICS really plan to replace the dollar? A collective and perhaps more ambitious step toward de-dollarization is the BRICS Pay system currently under development. It is a single contactless payment system that connects BRICS national payment systems with an integrated cloud platform for payment. BRICS Pay will not duplicate the national payment systems that are already in place in the member countries. Rather, the system leverages the latest fintech innovations in BRICS countries to integrate BRICS members' individual payment systems. BRICS Pay will link the credit or debit cards of BRICS citizens to online wallets, which will be accessible 24/7 for payment via a mobile application installed on their smartphones. The BRICS Pay system is part of BRICS' collective effort to establish a common system for retail payments and transactions between its members. However, BRICS is willing to expand its scope, and non-BRICS countries will also be able to use the platform. The pilot project kicked off in South Africa in early April 2019. In 2020, the Russian BRICS presidency proposed the idea of a commercial BRICS Pay for BRICS Plus countries for the consideration of the BRICS Business Council. The biggest advantage of BRICS Pay is that this proposed integrated payment system would make possible the use of BRICS members' national currencies as a direct basis of exchange for external payments. Currently, external settlements between BRICS members still require a conversion into US dollars, which requires the engagement of US banks. For example, a yuan-ruble non-cash settlement using Union Pay cannot happen directly. It must be converted into US dollars first, through BRICS Pay. The conversion to US dollars and US banks would no longer be necessary because payments would be settled using the national currencies of the BRICS members. The BRICS Pay system will also allow the members to reduce their dependence on international payment organizations such as SWIFT, Visa, and MasterCard. It could potentially give BRICS members a shared competitive advantage to compete with traditional banks in the global financial services market, currently dominated by US banks, as well as US rules and norms. The integrated BRICS Pay system connecting the national payment systems of BRICS members while also allowing non-BRICS countries to participate could potentially disrupt the financial dominance of the incumbent Western global financial powerhouses. Russia has expressed that the foundation of a new international payment system is a priority for BRICS as a group, which is driven by increasing non-market risks of the global payment infrastructure. China and Russia's plans for BRICS and crude oil? While the new development bank NDB represents a BRICS coalitional challenge to the US dollar's dominance, by establishing a new multilateral institution governed by its members, there are also important de-dollarization trends in the global oil market that can be augmented by expanding BRICS energy cooperation. The US dollar's hegemonic position in the global financial system has been critically grounded in its exclusive position as the funding vehicle and pricing currency of the global oil trade. The world's leading crude oil pricing benchmarks, namely the West Texas Intermediate, WTI, and Brent, are priced in US dollars. Scholars have argued that the main front where the future of the dollar will be decided is the global commodity market, especially the $1.7 trillion oil market. The use of non-dollar currencies in global oil markets is a serious challenge to the petrodollar system. BRICS as a group is certainly strong enough to mount that challenge, in terms of consumption power, and forms a bigger oil importing bloc than the entire European Union. China, the world's largest energy importer, and Russia, the world's largest energy exporter, are mobilizing within BRICS to promote yuan oil futures, thereby challenging the US dollar's hegemonic position in the global oil market. With the recent escalation of the US-China trade war, China has accelerated its promotion of a possible petro-yuan, renminbi-denominated oil trading. In 2021, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi went on a week-long tour of Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Iran, the UAE, Bahrain, and Oman. This trip was seen as a signal of China's intention to secure long-term energy deals with major Gulf energy producers to dictate oil pricing terms and fuel the rise of the petro-yuan, with China's push for the use of renminbi in oil pricing and trading and the strong global demand for a non-dollar denominated oil trading mechanism. The renminbi-denominated oil trading is likely to become more significant, partially displacing US dollar oil trading in one market after another. The prospect of a petro-yuan would make it possible for countries under US sanctions, especially major oil exporters such as Iran and Russia, to access global markets via an alternative currency and non-dollar payment systems, thereby weakening the effectiveness of US sanctions power. What are your thoughts on BRICS, and do you think it will overthrow the US dollar? Let me know down below. That's it for today's video, and I hope you have a better understanding of BRICS and their push for de-dollarization. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.